A tragedy unfolds in Gaza City as the pursuit of security and justice balances precariously against the unimaginable human cost. Is this simply conflict or a catastrophe the world can no longer ignore? Intense Israeli bombardment has claimed the lives of over 90 Palestinians throughout the Gaza Strip since sunrise, with Gaza City, the densely populated heart of this besieged region, bearing the brunt of destruction in a single, harrowing day. Hospitals across Gaza reported at least 76 fatalities in Gaza City alone. Reports from medical staff suggest that the Israeli military, in recent weeks, has been making forceful efforts to clear out the entire city, leaving devastation in its wake. But here's where it gets controversial. The exodus underway is nearly unprecedented. According to the Gaza Civil Defense, approximately 450,000 people, around half the population of Gaza City, have fled, following Israel's announcement in August of intent to seize and control the city. What kind of choices do families have when fleeing feels as dangerous as staying? In the city's Tufa neighborhood, at least 6 individuals lost their lives due to a targeted drone strike. Meanwhile, in the Shati camp on the city's western edge, 5 more died, including 2 young girls, following an Israeli assault, paramedics told on-scene reporters. These are not isolated incidents. The Israeli military claims to have razed nearly 20 high-rise buildings in the area in just 2 weeks. And this is the part most people miss. Fleeing itself has become perilous. Al Jazeera's Hind Kuderi, stationed in central Gaza, reported that Israeli forces have attacked even those trying to escape. She described army use of quadcopter drones to fire upon evacuees. Residents liken the explosions to earthquakes, painting a vivid image of panic and disarray. Meanwhile, the impact of these attacks stretches beyond the Palestinian population. Hamas, the organization governing Gaza, released a so-called farewell picture of 48 Israeli captives still being held, a chilling reminder of the complexity and tragedy of the hostage situation. Hamas has consistently warned that ongoing Israeli assaults and the threat of a ground invasion could further jeopardize the lives of those captives. Some have already died, reportedly killed by airstrikes. In a further twist, Hamas claims that these captives are dispersed throughout Gaza City, deepening the ethical and strategic dilemma. Questions about conduct in war arise. How do military objectives intersect with civilian and hostage safety? The devastation is not limited to northern Gaza. In the southern region near Rafah, at least 3 people were killed while seeking aid at a distribution center. The so-called safe zone of al-Mawasi, promoted by Israeli officials as a refuge for uprooted civilians, is itself overwhelmed. Al Jazeera's Kuderi highlights shocking scenes from al-Mawasi, where thousands of displaced families have set up makeshift tents on roadsides, lacking water, electricity, or basic infrastructure, simply because they have no alternatives. Medical professionals with Doctors Without Borders, MSF, use words like heartbreaking and dire to describe al-Mawasi's conditions. Dr. Mikhail Fodiadis explained the magnitude of the humanitarian crisis. People pour in daily from northern Gaza with nothing but their will to survive, forced to endure multiple displacements and living in persistent fear. Basic resources like water are scarce, and even tent materials are nearly impossible to find. Here's a point certain to spark strong opinions. Can regions like al-Mawasi truly be called humanitarian zones if meeting even the simplest human needs is out of reach? And at what point does survival begin to look more like a So where does responsibility lie? Are the parties involved doing enough to protect civilians? Or do harsher measures only beget further tragedy? What are your thoughts? Is this a necessary military campaign? Or does the scale of displacement and loss demand global outrage and a change of course? Share your perspective in the comments, and let's have a real conversation about what justice, humanity, and security mean in times like these.